Today I'm watching Watchmen episode 5, episode 4. Angela learned more about her family history. We got to learn more about her grandfather as well, and he ended the episode on this very cryptic, like 3 days later she's gonna find out this secret. We got to learn more about Lady True and this giant structure that she's building. I'm very curious to find out what secret Will is keeping from Angela, what that looks like. It can't be something good. He's basically like, she's gonna stop talking to me, and they're already have a obviously strained relationship, and his pills and how he's somehow able to function even though he's over 100 and some years old. His quality of life seems to be fine. I'm really enjoying the series so far. I'm definitely curious to read more about the comic books and the origin stories of what the show is based on after I finish watching the series. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
All God's creations live in peace with each.
Can I retire?
I don't think he was really asking. Yep. Oh no, it was literature.
Bomb gonna kill us all?
Yes. I believe it is.
I love this carnival funhouse set. It's so fun. Terrifying, but also cool. This house, this like room of mirrors.
What are you doing?
Oh wait. Oh my. It's gonna get spicy. Oh my.
Mama, you wouldn't want to get nuked before you get do you?
I mean, when you put it like that. Oh my.
It's okay. Just stand there.
I'm uncomfortable with this. I'm so uncomfortable. Oh my. Oh, she said no. He said no.
Bible boy.
Okay, well that's just rude. What is happening? Oh my god! Oh! And of course that ties into his name of Looking Glass, with having, these hall of mirrors and glass shattering around him. Oh my gosh. Oh god. Cheese and rice. And he's bleeding from his ears. Oh god. He's the only one alive and was somehow saved by the funhouse. The atomic wheel. I feel like that's foreshadowing. Oh my god, just chaos. There's a few people left alive. Yeah. Oh my god, what is this? I'm really enjoying this show so far. It's very dark, but yeah, I'm very curious to find out more about his origin story. And they seem to introduce a new character every episode, and I don't know how many characters are in the comic, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm sorry, what? What is this?
Spreading the news.
Was that a squid?
You know how we like our squid now? With lemon and a little marina.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was a squid. We've seen the squids falling before, but not in that capacity, obviously. It was like a friggin' King Kong sized squid. Oh my god. And now they have a safety promo running.
And what I saw was fear.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Suffered a horrific, traumatizing, and inexplicable death.
That was 30 years ago.
Was it from the squid? Like what? How did everybody die?
In my professional opinion, they ain't moving on to New York.
I would not be going back. No, sir. I mean, what are the chances of it happening twice in the same city?
I expect the calamari didn't help.
Ha 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 ha! I mean, not. I imagine they might go to a different city, but still, it's not a chance I'd be willing to take. Nope, nope, sir.
House of worship within 50 miles of Tulsa. There can't be less than 4,000 or 5,000 of them, right?
Is that all?
That'll do it, folks.
I'm guessing it was something auditory that killed them because their ears were bleeding and like the glass shattered. So that's my guess. But yeah, I have no idea.
Identity is critical to our safety.
Wade, do you think I'm a member of the 7th Cavalry?
Anything's possible at this point. I wouldn't put it past her.
Flying what?
Guaranteed protection from psychic blasts. Ergo, you sleep great.
Is that what his mask does? I was wondering why he chose it. I just thought he liked the color or something. I don't know, but if it protects you.
Mirror guy?
I know you know it's Looking Glass.
You can have mirror guy if you want.
That's much worse. Looking Glass is so much cooler. Bit Alice in Wonderland, but still cooler.
I was just asking about some pills.
You bugged my cactus.
Well, don't take it personally. I'm FBI. We bug shit.
She's like so nonchalant to us. She's like, let's just move on, ignore what I just admitted to, and answer my question.
You know, even then.
Even his hat has it. That's crazy. I mean, obviously, after living through something that horrific, you would take measures to prevent it. And even the colors reflected on his mask almost look like eyes. Oh, shoot. What does the alarm mean? Can't be something good. Is it just like a test he has set up for himself to like practice this? Oh, that's gonna make it angry.
Recommends that you program an EDI simulation no more than once every 6 weeks.
I don't give two brown turds.
I feel like he's been doing it a lot more than that.
Across a crowded room.
He does seem to be a very intense person, but again, going through what he lived through, I don't blame him.
Let her go.
Smiley-os. They do it, like work in a smiley face and eggs into every episode.
So that you never have to say goodbye again.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I've heard a story about someone saying they could do this recently.
Oh, Bennett. Sorry, Cynthia Bennett.
It's definitely interesting. Like if your pet passes away, you have their DNA, you could just have another version.
That one's just a little smaller.
Shit.
What do they do with the ones that don't come out perfectly?
What am I gonna do with the dog?
What are you gonna do without it? Oh, no, 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 no. I feel like they just incinerated a puppy.
It's nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
There's a pill called nostalgia? What? What? What does that even mean?
So I highly recommend you tell your lady friend not to take them.
She's not the one taking them.
And for 7 years, I tried to convince you that I wasn't going to run off with your clothes and leave you naked all by yourself.
He just has trauma. He just has trauma, okay? It's unprocessed trauma.
7 years of bad luck.
That's what you get when you break a mirror. Oh my god. Cheese and rice. Memories in pill form definitely is getting me like Total Recall vibes, and I'm very curious to see if that's somehow also making him, you know, younger, or what memories you'd put in pills. It's just so bizarre. Such a crazy and interesting concept, though.
It's a big one. Squids, man. Fucking squids.
It would be terrifying if giant squids fell out of the sky, yes.
But this is the dimension where we live, and we will not live in fear.
Yeah, not only do you have to be afraid of things that are currently on your planet, but things that are other dimensions, other universes, whatever it might be. And if the giant squids might just be the tip of it, it's just what can your imagination come up with, basically, that what else might be out there would be a never-ending, terrifying game to play in your mind.
Bet you're just as batshit as the rest of us.
Bats do shit in tunnels.
So it works out.
Follow me.
I've seen Jesus play with flames.
It's like the last time this happened, there was a horrible, horrible, earth-shattering event, but okay, I'll follow you.
Of course they hated it. You can't call a cereal Smiley-O's and not put sugar in it. One scene with this little girl in a red coat. The movie's black and white, so the red really pops.
Oh, they're talking about Schindler's List? Okay.
All the dead bodies. And she's scared.
But instead of the Holocaust, they switched it to the squid attack.
People just pull their cars over and turn their wipers on like aliens aren't falling from the sky.
Yeah, they're just routine now. They've learned to process it. They don't think about it.
The only time I'm not losing my mind is when I'm watching that film or...
Well, you know, two good hobbies.
What?
You know,
He's like, no, please explain it to me.
does it?
Oh my, such smooches. Is that lettuce in the back? Am I imagining things? Wade! Wade! She's from the cavalry! Oh, frick! I believe it's romaine.
Dispatch.
Dang it, Wade! You can't trust anybody. I think they would have taken the lettuce out by now, but I guess it's a good thing they didn't. I wish he wasn't going in here alone. I feel like it's gonna end badly.
I'm not over here.
This is how they're testing it, like in Poltergeist, where they toss a ball or like put a tennis ball or something
Southwest.
to find out where the portal is.
Wade, is that I went to a lot of trouble to bring you in. We even rigged the lettuce to fall off the damn truck.
Oh my god, it was a trap! No, wait, no!
Can you lower the gun, please?
Oh my god.
Oh, and that was us on your walkie, too. We boosted your signal.
Come on, nobody's coming, it's just him.
Wade.
What have you gotten yourself into, Wade?
Is that why you made your mask out of it? The one you wear to work?
How do they know it's him?
You are Looking Glass.
Are you even trying to disguise your voice, Senator?
Oh, snap. Oh my god.
Buddy, why would I kill you?
You're a cop killer.
You mean the White Knight?
Yes.
I'm not a murderer.
The senators and the cavalry.
Politician.
Well, sometimes those lines get crossed.
Please. Each of us managing our respective teams so that we could maintain the peace.
I don't believe it for a second that he's infiltrating it to keep an eye on things. Oh!
You want to guess what that bad boy is for?
You're gonna open up a portal in Tulsa.
Oh my god.
Where's the originality in that? No. No, we're gonna do something new.
Well, I'm terrified what that's gonna be. Something worse?
Got here, and you're never gonna be afraid of big teleporting aliens ever again.
He's gonna be afraid of a whole new thing, probably.
I just need to get her off the board for a couple days while I wrap things up. Your call, Wade.
He has to turn in his, like, only friend.
All right.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I hope not.
Or you can press play and finally be free.
This isn't gonna be like The Ring, is it? Where he dies after watching the video?
This message on November 1st, 1985. 7 years in your past.
How? What?
Millions more. Yet the monster will not have come from another dimension at all.
What?
Will have come from me.
Adrian's behind this. Not a big surprise. He's the worst.
An elaborate, meticulously engineered hoax.
What a frickin' jerk.
But now, I'm sure as you watch this, mankind is ready for change.
Wade's like, my whole life. My whole life has changed.
But this will only work if you willingly become my partner.
Oh my god.
But first, I'll need to earn your trust, and you undoubtedly have questions.
Yeah, at the very least.
I think I have some answers. So, let's dive in, shall we?
Oh my god, poor Wade. His whole world. Adrian's just such a sick puppy. He had created this thing to unite people through trauma. He's like, the world's scattering. We need to bring people back together. So, what brings them back together like a horrific event? Cheese and rice. This guy is so dark.
Not good. No.
Adrian, you are the worst. Where did he go? What? We know this is where he's been sending the bodies of the other lake babies. Can he just travel to like the moon or some other planet? What? Yeah, these are, you know, this makes sense why nobody was ever suspicious of it. They came crashing back down because they never came back down. And that eye he has on his belt, I've seen that symbol before as well. I think it's like the all-seeing or all-knowing eye. Is this supposed to be like Mars, or I know Dr. Manhattan was on Mars in the movie version of Watchmen. It's just making a body pile. Oh god! Oh my god! He's cleaning up? They're already on an unknown planet. I think you're safe, man. Oh my god, he's writing a message, isn't he?
I did it!
Save me? Oh!
Those of us who serve it. And what do you serve, you wrinkled, piteous husk of a man?
That's a great way to describe him.
You serve only yourself.
Is this Carrie Elwes? It kind of looks like him.
Your gods abandoned you. Why wouldn't he? You're pathetic.
Jeremy Irons is amazing. He's terrifying. Oh, boot to the face!
No mercy it is.
Oh, another boost. Aha! Cue the mercy.
In your own words, what mercy smells like to you.
Why would that be a smell? Why would that be something you'd want to smell like? He's just like... His whole world just shattered and burst in one moment. Everything he thought he knew, gone. Something in your eyes. It's like, I've been protecting myself. I've been building up this whole thing. And it was for nothing. It's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool.
Bullshit. What did justice?
Just massacre for the sake of bringing people together through trauma, which is horrifying.
They're not time travel.
I've watched every episode, man. And I'm telling you.
Cactus! Get rid of that friggin' cactus!
What?
Do you have the pills?
Is anything true?
He's having an identity crisis.
Nostalgia.
I'm very curious, like a different memory per pill. How do you transmit, like how do you store memories in pill form?
So I covered it up.
Oh no, Angela! No, right over the cactus! Oh wait, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
You're about to find out. Oh my god! What's that gonna do? Oh my god! So there's obviously other dimensions, but the squids aren't from there. Something Adrian's made, and he's like, yeah, I don't need this hat anymore. I've been protecting myself because we were led to believe it was from another dimension. What a frickin' conspiracy, man.
Some enchanted evening. Some enchanted.
He's been like living in fear his whole life, as have millions and millions of other people, because of this event, and it wasn't true.
When you feel her.
Well, I mean, you know, just in case. But still. It's like creating the problem to then provide the solution and to be the hero. Like, what a frickin' psycho.
Some enchanted evening. Some enchanted.
And of course, that's when they cut. Oh my gosh. So that was my first time watching Watchmen episode 5. It was a crazy episode. I think probably one of my favorite episodes of the series so far. We found out a lot of information, and I love how they're going into the characters' backstories. Each episode seems to be focusing more on different characters. We have, you know, Laurie was introduced, Lady True was introduced. This was obviously a very Wade-focused episode. I wasn't sure if Angela was going to be in it at all. We obviously saw about her being arrested at the end and taking those memory pills, nostalgia all at once. I don't know what that's gonna trigger, if it'll mix up the memories, if she will get them in a certain order, what that's gonna look like, and even just the concept of these memories in pill form was so interesting and terrifying at the same time. It felt like something that would be featured in an episode of Black Mirror. It also reminded me of Total Recall, where, you know, you've got these vacation memories, but pills that are memories, and what memories do you choose to put in those pills? And I'm terrified to think of what that process looks like. How do you choose which? Is it only good memories? Is it memories where Angela's going to find out more about her parents or about Will or anything like that? You know, these are important memories I need to share with you. So maybe he hoped she would take them and that's what would happen. I thought they had to do more with Will staying younger, as he's over 100 years old and is still seems to be, you know, doing okay. Maybe that is one of the side effects of it. I'm not too sure. And I was hoping they would deal more with Angela and Will's storyline this episode, as Will set it up, you know, in 3 days she's going to find out something. She's going to find out these secrets. But they didn't. They focused more on Wade, which was so interesting. And I'm glad that they did that. But obviously in the back of my mind, I'm still like, okay, what's happening with this? And especially considering how this episode ended as well, with Angela being arrested, Adrian's been arrested. We have the cavalry showing up at Wade's house, and of course they cut right to black as soon as they're, you know, walking into the garage, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And that makes me worried for the next episode, because I don't feel like they would pick up right from that scene. I don't feel like it would be a continuation. They would probably go somewhere else, and we're just kind of left waiting for them to go back to that and see what's happening with Wade. I haven't read the comic book, so I don't know if this backstory is true to his character's backstory in the source material, but it was so interesting to find out about this 11-2 event, and in my opinion, it feels like Wade only survived that event because he was in that funhouse, because he was in that Hall of Mirrors, which obviously greatly plays into Looking Glass. And at some point he even mentioned, you know, 7 years bad luck for breaking a mirror. And, you know, you could even go into like identity and who is he now that his whole world has been flipped upside down, basically. And to see Wade walk outside and there's just bodies everywhere, and literally the girl that had just run out like 10 seconds earlier, she still got his clothes, you know, in his hand, and she's dead. And just the trauma, and obviously like that's a horrific event, and luckily he was able to survive. And there was this few other people around, and I'm guessing they were only survived because they were in some kind of cover or indoors or something like that. And it said it was a psychic attack or a psych attack, so obviously something mental. I had guessed something auditory, as their ears were bleeding and they didn't seem to have any, you know, it wasn't like gunshots or anything like that. There's something obviously very wrong that had happened. So yeah, obviously the psych attack did something to their brains. And we also find out that's why Wade's been wearing this reflective, she calls a mirror boy, you know, looking glass mask, is because that prevents psych attacks. And also the inside of his baseball hat has this, and it kind of feels like an updated version of, like, you've seen those old images of people who used to wear like tinfoil on their heads to prevent like an alien attack or something like that. Like, I feel like that was maybe like a far stretch for an inspiration for this, but, you know, obviously a more modern version and a little bit more subtle. Nobody really knows that's inside his hat, and he doesn't really seem like he wants people to find out. But the fact that he's been living his whole life in fear that something's going to happen, he's been going to these support groups, obviously dealing with the trauma of seeing massive amounts of bodies at a very young age and wondering what's happened, why is this happening, and then the squid attacked, and then them finding out about other dimensions, and he's got, you know, the security system in his home to protect him, and his whole character is just built around fear and staying safe and having this bunker and like all these extremes that he's been going to. It sounds like his relationship, also one of the reasons maybe it didn't work out, was because he was so focused on the events from that day and not processing it, and just he feels like he's reliving that moment over and over. And the fact that he's taken such extreme measures in his life to protect himself from something that might not even be real, from something that might not even be there. Like, there's the possibility of other dimensions, but he knows now the squids aren't coming from that. They're made up by Adrian, and he's sending them to keep people afraid. And another huge piece of this episode we found out is that Adrian is very well connected to President Redford, who we haven't seen yet, but they obviously had something going on. He's like, you can be my partner, and the fact that he orchestrated this whole attack, like, I knew Adrian was horrible, and the fact that he orchestrated this attack and knew he was going to kill millions and millions of people and terrorize millions more. He attacked a huge city, and he's like, you know what, the country's, falling apart. We need to figure to bring people back together. And it's just terrifying that was his mentality. And it's not wrong. Usually people do come together and band together because horrible things have happened, and they want to work together, and they want to, strive to help people, and usually that's what happens. But the fact that he went out of his way, obviously, to create the event, and it didn't just happen, and it wasn't another dimension or anything like that, is so sick and twisted. And the fact that he did that to push his own agenda for his own selfish reasons, to get the president involved, because then the president can show up with a solution, and Adrian's in his back pocket basically. And it definitely reminded me a bit of a show called Utopia, which there was only one season of. I believe it's still on Amazon Prime, but a character in that show creates a problem just so he can be the hero, basically, to create the solution. I won't give any spoilers, but it's a crazy show, and yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. And just all the effects that happen from that one day, and all the lives that are changed, and obviously also the people that were killed, and the families and communities, like, just horrific. Like, Adrian is just the worst. He has zero redeeming qualities. There's nothing good about that person. And Jeremy Irons is so good at playing that villain too. He just like gets under your skin and makes like your blood boil, and he's doing a great job in his performance. And as much as I like hate his character, I definitely admire his performance and admire his acting skills, because he's just so good at being the bad guy. And we did get to see more of the game warden in this episode as well. When he arrests Adrian, he's like, we talked about this, what are you doing? And they didn't list the actor who played the game warden in the credits. It kind of looks like Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride. Maybe it was just the mask and the accent, and that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know, but yeah, I'm very curious to find out if that actually was him. I haven't seen him in a movie recently. I don't know if he's still even acting, but yeah, I'm very curious to find out who that actor is and why they wouldn't, list him in the credits. I'm not sure who Adrian's message was for, who he was trying to send that message to. It looked like he said, save me. I don't know who he was trying to contact, somebody on Earth, as this was coming from another planet. And the fact that he's using the bodies to write the message was just horrific in true Adrian style. So dark and just awful. But now that he's been arrested, will someone come and save him? Nobody seems to know that he's alive. Maybe Lady True will be involved. We know she took over his company and has a statue of him, and maybe they're still in contact. Or maybe it'll be President Redford, as obviously they've had something going on for the past 30 years. Please no spoilers, but yeah, I'm very curious to see where that's gonna go. I really like the sci-fi tech that they had in this, and when Wade sees that portal, and so obviously there's some kind of other dimension, but the squids aren't from there, as they were throwing the basketball between these two rooms. And it kind of reminded me a bit of Poltergeist, as they test the tennis ball or whatever they had to see where the portal was going to come out through the other side. So there's something there, and he thinks they're going to open a portal in Tulsa. And if it wasn't giant squid that's on the other side, does that mean it's something worse? Like, what are you opening a portal to? Any sci-fi movie I've seen where they open a portal, it's never anything good. It's never friendly, peace-loving beings. It's horrific monsters coming to your planet for destruction. So I'm terrified to see where that's going to go, and especially if it's in the hands of the cavalry. We know their intentions are pure evil, and that just makes me so nervous to think about. The senator being involved in the cavalry wasn't a huge surprise. He definitely seemed a bit skeezy, and the fact that Judd was involved, we knew he had that outfit in his closet, and then I think it was just confirmation for Wade. And he's like, okay, you say you're working from the inside to keep an eye on things, but Wade, I don't think, was buying that for a minute. He's smarter than that. He knows that they obviously have their own agenda, and he's trying to play it up like, I'm with the bad guys, but I'm here for good reasons, and I'm just spying on them so that I can protect you. It's like, no, nobody is buying that. And the fact that the senator was like, took off his mask and was like not even trying to hide his identity. I thought it was interesting how they included the cloning of animals, which is something I feel like is almost in our world currently. Like, I feel like I've seen articles about about it. It's not like officially mainstream or anything like that, but it's something that's in the process, which is terrifying to think about, that could become, you know, a reality one day. And we also saw them talking about a movie, but the plot of the movie had changed. They changed the historical event in the movie. She was talking about Schindler's List, and it's just so interesting to think about all the things that would be affected in this alternate reality. You know, movies would be different, and the flags are different, and obviously these giant squids that are being created by Adrian's horrific imagination, and the nostalgia pills and having them as memories, and taking too many, you know, gives you psychosis, as I imagine that would be horrifying if you think you're in a different memory or you're seeing a different reality, but it's not there. And even Wade's security system, you know, that he's testing so vigorously to make sure it's still working. Overall, I thought it was a great episode, probably my favorite episode of this series so far. We definitely learned a lot and got to learn a lot more about Wade's character and his origin story and how he came to be Looking Glass and why that's so important to him. And so many characters at the end of this episode were in predicaments. You know, we have Adrian being arrested, which is probably for the best, but what does that look like? Angela's being arrested because Wade, you know, betrayed her to save himself, and he knew that cactus was rigged, and she's leaning right over it and talking, and I was just like, oh, Wade. And he obviously had his whole world shifted upside down. You know, he has that shot of him in the focus group, and he's just blank stare, just can't process this, and even, you know, tries to throw out the security system, and everything he's known has just been shifted, and he has to deal with this new reality. I feel bad for Wade's character because I can't imagine what that would be like. Your whole life, you know, was a lie basically, and he's just like, is anything true? And I feel like this is just the beginning of things unfolding. And obviously we find out, you know, Adrian helped get President Redford elected and has been planning this, you know, for a very long time, and has been evil for forever basically. He's never had any good characteristics. I love the music, and the intro is always so interesting as well with the title card, and they worked in the smiley face, you know, on the cereal, and they have, you know, the ticking soundtrack in the background as well, which is just, it's just those little things, and they don't overdo it, and it's just like a nice little nod to the audience when you do see it in that one scene, and it doesn't feel overdone. You're not like, okay, we get it, you know, we're aware that this is happening. And I like how in each episode we're slowly getting answers to things, you know, they're slowly unraveling. We find out where Adrian's been catapulting these people, and we find out obviously more about him and the squid and the president and Wade's backstory. And I hope the next episode picks up with the cavalry, you know, going into Wade's house and what that situation looks like. Again, going off of other episodes I've seen, I don't feel like that'll be the case, but please no spoilers. But yeah, I'm very, very nervous and curious to see what the next episode will be. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Glass shattering around him. He's the only one alive and was somehow saved by the funhouse. Friggin' King Kong-sized squid. There's a pill called nostalgia? Is that lettuce in the back? He has to turn in his, like, only friend. They're already on an unknown planet. I think you're safe, man. Why would that be a smell? Why would that be something you'd want to smell like? Cactus! Get rid of that friggin' cactus!